movie that Jake made us watch today was Handmaiden, directed by Chan-wook Park, or Park Chan-wook, 2016. Jake, one word about Handmaiden. Damn, we missed that. Go, say it again.
Oh, so layered.
Layered. Schwartz?
Layered.
All right, hold on. Start over.
What happened?
Start over. Start over.
Are you okay?
All right. Everybody's freezing.
Schwartz glitched.
Okay. One word.
No, I'll just start over.
Okay.
New take. Everybody clap at the same time so I can sync the videos.
1, 2. Just say that.
Idiots.
Yeah, whatever. Are we doing that for real? Or?
No, that's not gonna work.
Why don't you stop recording?
What a great beginning.
That's funny. All right.
Everybody just be quiet for like 10 seconds.
We'll leave it all in.
Shit. Fuck it. All right. The movie that you're making me watch today is The Handmaiden 2016, original title Agassi. Jake, one word about Handmaiden.
Layered.
Schwartz.
Devious.
This movie was erotic.
Mm-hmm.
Handmaiden 2016, available on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. That's right. Yeah, those are all good. Those are all good words for it.
Yeah.
It was very devious. It was certainly erotic, and I believe it was layered.
What'd you think about it, Jake?
I liked it a lot. I thought it was a great movie. Really, like just about everything you could possibly ask for in a movie. Sometimes, just the plot itself is wild. Like it's so much happens, and it just unravels as the movie goes, and it's just it's a very interesting ride. I think maybe the only criticism I had, I'll just get out of the way up front, is like the first act or whatever. Like it's basically broken. The movie itself is broken into 3 parts.
Mm-hmm.
I felt the first part maybe ran a little long. It was a little slow because to me, I wasn't like in until act 2. I liked the first act for sure.
The end of act 1 for sure.
Yeah, now more so that one. Yeah, more so that. But like once you start like seeing the world, like the first act is kind of, you see the perspective of Suki, who is the handmaiden, and the second part is you see the perspective of, I think her name was Hikiro. She's basically who Suki works for.
Lady Hideko.
Yes, Lady Hideko. So once you start seeing more of her backstory with basically her abuse as a child and being like forced into learning these strange erotic books and how to read to like older men and all this pretty weird ass shit that her uncle basically forces her into.
Creepy.
That is when I truly was interested, because I didn't see that dark turn coming. Like it's a very strange world they were living in. That uncle was a weird fucking dude, of course, all the way, but I didn't know the depths of like the insanity that was going on in that house until that second act really started.
No, and they do a good job at that, because I actually watched it twice today. And the second
all the way through twice?
Yeah. The second time I watched I was watching it, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, the second time I was watching it, I was thinking, is there any clues? Are there any clues to like what happens toward the end? But there aren't. Like, I was trying to think of like,
I think so.
How can I see this coming? You don't see it coming because they don't give you the fact. Like they slowly give you different facts at different points that make you think one thing. It's a twisted story.
Yeah, I agree. I watched it last night again for the second time. Like first I watched this movie maybe a couple months ago, and I watched the first act last night, and I watched the second two parts this morning, and I agree. Like you don't see it coming. Like it's just and but once like it starts unraveling itself, and like basically the twist of the handmaiden Suki and that guy Count Fujiwara, is that his name? Um, yeah, their plan to trick Lady Hideo into basically going insane, and then the double cross is that Fujiwara is also playing Hideo against Suki,
Yes.
and
That's
so
the double cross.
that's the double cross there, and you don't realize that until the second half when you start seeing things from obviously Hideo's side. But I loved how that unraveled, and especially once they started doing this thing about halfway through the second act where they started like really like extending the scenes from the first half or from the first act.
Mm-hmm.
They started kind of giving you more to it and more of their side and more of the two girls like falling in love more or less, and like the true side of their like bond and everything like that. And as that unraveled, I thought it just was like
And
masterful.
that was the triple cross.
That was the triple cross. Yeah, that was the greatest thing about this movie. Just like it's one trick after another.
Yeah, you didn't you didn't know who was playing who. You thought. I mean, you think Suki is playing Hideko, and then you realize Hideko is playing Suki. Both think they're with Count, and then Count thinks the Count's playing both sides, not realizing that they're against him like that. And you don't, like you said, the way it unravels is the way it's revealed to us is it's insane, because it's like everything's unexpected. Every twist is unexpected.
There's certain directors that have a thing that they do better than most people. There's people like David Cronenberg. There's people like John Carpenter. There's people like David Lynch that just have a style. And when you see a trailer for their movie and you know they're going to make another movie, you know there's certain elements you're going to expect. And with Chan-wook Park, I've seen 3 of his films now: Old Boy, Thirst, and now this. They're all things that are normal to almost hyper melodramatic. Like they just take a story like these people trying to double cross this person, but then they get double crossed and to get double crossed again. You know what I mean? That's they take it almost, it's like Tarantino-y, but they just do it so well. And his thing is violence, erotica, and just really pretty moving images. Like he paints really pretty pictures in almost all of them.
Beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
It's set in like the 30s Japan or 30s Korea, Japan, both.
I think it was Korea, but they had all the Japanese influence in the architecture, and he was obsessed with it. Remember, the culture is what he liked. But what I've realized from watching this guy movies, he is what they call an auteur. When you see a movie, he's just his fingerprints are all over it. It's like it's this guy's movie, and that's what I really liked about it. It surprised me a lot. Like when they take her into the loony bin instead of her, I was like, damn, okay. I was like, all right.
That was the first twist.
I didn't see,
that was the first twist. I agree.
That was the twist that I didn't see coming. After that happened, I feel like I was looking for twist, and I thought to myself, man, I wonder, because that scene when she slapped the shit out of her a couple scenes before was so out of place to me that I was like, something's up with that. And then after she got caught, I thought to myself, man, what if they're playing him? And I only said it for like a second. I was trying to fish for something. So maybe I thought that's what I was like, oh, maybe I would do it like that. And then when that happened, I was like, oh damn. And then and the thing is like you said, you don't know the depravity of what her aunt was going through, really. Even through the flashbacks in the movie, they're like PG-13 versions of what really was happening that you don't know until that scene in the end of when he's torturing the Count and cutting his fingers off and about to fucking do whatever he's going to do to him.
With the octopus in the background?
Yeah, that was amazing. And what was amazing about that was it was almost like secret society, occultist shit, where this dude's just been doing this for a very long time. He has no qualms about it. He's a dude who's got a lot of privilege and a lot of money, and he's just living. He's almost like a crazy scientist in a way, like a rogue scientist doing shit on people, like type of guy. You know,
Yeah.
he's got a spot downstairs. It's all plotted out perfectly for a torture chamber. He's never gonna get caught because he's got some sort of power over things. You know what I mean? So that was cool. That was awesome. But what I really liked was how it ended like that, because I was like, damn, is this going to be like Departed where everyone's going to get away with it maybe? Because until Marky Mark shows up in those little booties in Departed, you're like, damn, Matt Damon just got away with this? Like, dude, Leo just got shot and this is over now? Dude, I remember being like, wow. But I thought that about this too. I was like, damn, this guy's torturing this dude and he's going to fucking not get away with it. And then when he started smoking the cigarette, I saw the blue in the air and I was like, why is this smoke blue? And then I went, the scene before in the car when he lights up the 3 cigarettes, he's got them separated on both sides and one of them was blue. And I thought to myself, this is purposely because of that. And that was dope. And and the way he shoots it too, it's very Scorsese in the movement of the moves this way on dollies. It's very good. It's very Tarantino from the crane moves, like over the house and then through things. It's very pop culture, and Tarantino could have borrowed from him, or he could have borrowed from Tarantino. Either way, it works both ways. I'm sure Tarantino, being a cinephile, is probably a big fan of this guy's work. He makes movies that are just as outrageous as his. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the shots.
I thought that
shots were ridiculous.
They were. It was such a beautiful movie, and I love that scene too at the end because it seemed like that character Fujiwara, like that was almost like his redemption a little bit. Like he knew he fucked up. He knew he fucked those girls over, and like the uncle was gonna not stop until he got them back. You know, so I think that he knew it was up. So he definitely had to take out the uncle.
He took that shit like a man. He wasn't flustered in any way. He accepted his fate. Like I feel like he accepted his fate as soon as he was caught. He was like, well, fuck this, like whatever, you know. I feel like people who live like that have to know that could be around the corner one day.
He's prepared for that. That's like when he was when he gave her the opium, and he was like, if she ever drags you down to the basement, you could take enough of this to die. You know?
I forgot about that, but now that makes perfect sense. Yeah, and the whole thing about her dressing up as a boy was fucking cool. Yeah, that was dope great. To get her out of there. That was awesome. That was really cool. And I mean, I thought the really erotic female lesbian scenes were fucking. They looked good. As weird as to say, they were shot fucking just as good as all the rest of the movie. Like the moving camera around them as they're like, that was ridiculous. Like the giant fucking frames. Like that's what I loved about this movie too. Is it almost looks like the rooms were like set pieces. Like they built them on stages and shit like that. And that added to it. Like they were dope. And that's the thing too. Is like I feel like this is probably one. I'm not probably one of the. It's one of the only movies I've seen to where. The 2 female leads are not only in love, but they're like bad people in their own ways. Like I think that's dope. Like you don't see that at all. Like really, you know. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they were. It was like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, but they got away with it.
But what I thought was cool too is that you're thinking the whole time that this princess girl or the rich chick, she's just this innocent girl, and then when you realize she's not, that was my favorite part. I feel like because I was like, damn,
they
when it goes back and. They did when they go back and they show like the night she arrived and how she like knocked on the door purposely and shit. I was like, damn, this is really cool. And I really like that they double crossed this guy because she, as much as like they did love each other. I feel like those girls loved each other. They were kindred spirits. So. You know what I mean? They were kindred spirits. That's why they killed him. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was good. That was a dope movie. That was a really and like I know what's cool about that movie too that you can say the same for Pulp Fiction. I was thinking about before. It's a very simple story that like simple in that it's not convoluted with crazy shit. It's just like the story about people trying to get over on someone and they flip it around a few times, but the style and the tone is what stands out. It's not just the story, it's the tone of this movie, the erotic feel, the beautiful imagery, the music, the fact that it seems like it could be a Tarantino type of movie. You know what I mean? It's the tone that makes it good.
But like what was the movie we said yesterday? Simple story, but simple. Intricate, and the way that it reveals information to the audience.
And the same thing that's got interesting characters. Every character is pretty damn interesting. Like, definitely. Like you're never really quite sure who to root for in the middle of this movie. Like, are you rooting for the chick who's trying to get money but she's fucking this rich chick over? Do you feel bad for her, or do you feel bad for you know what I mean? Like, and then when it's twisted, you're like, well, fuck that girl. She was trying to fuck her over, so who cares if she goes to a loony baby? She deserved that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's cool. I always say that.
My favorite scene was when she hung herself and she ran over and caught her. That was great. And then she freaks out and lets her go for a second.
And the way that was shot, that
Yeah.
fucking wide shot with the tree with
Yeah.
the lights coming from the sky, that was beautiful.
Very Tarantino influence
for sure.
like whether one way or the other.
One way or the other, for sure. It's one way or the other. It's either maybe it's a little bit of both too. They've both
Yeah.
been doing it for about the same time, so it's probably a little bit of both.
Yeah, they're both great at telling those simple stories, but there's masters of like putting like how the way they unfold it, like the way it's presented, like the way it's just comes out. Like you don't is like I said, I agree with like my favorite scene is probably that hanging scene. So the way they got to it by those like breaking down the earlier scenes, like revealing the other sides of them, revealing her perspective of those scenes, because you saw Suki's side, but then you see Hideo's side of it later. So it's just so well told.
And doing that, telling that later on like that is not necessarily the best way to do it, but it worked out so well. It's like, how can we switch this up to make it more interesting? And it was perfect like that because you're brought back for a second and you're like, yeah, why was because in the one scene you see the rope hanging from the tree earlier on, but it wasn't there before, and you're like, wait, what happened there? And then it goes back, and you're like, oh, that's why that was. And those little things like that's just good filmmaking. That's just good filmmaking. This is like I said, he's an auteur. He's a Tarantino. He's a Scorsese. He's a P.T. Anderson. He's someone when you see this movie, you're like, yo, that's that guy's movie. You know, he's Kubrick. You know, so that he's that good, and he's only made like 6 movies, but they're all pretty fucking good. They're all pretty damn quality.
Was his first movie Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, or does he have something before that?
No, I think that's his first. I think that's his first, but I'm not sure.
That one, I know I've mentioned it before, but that one's definitely so good to check out. It reminded me of this one a lot because of the way it's like unfolds, the way there's like kind of different perspectives.
Sex scene in that one?
No, there's no lesbian sex scenes actually, but it has like different perspectives. It kind of like chops it up into like telling the story through like almost the Tarantino-esque way of like telling the one story through like a couple different eyes. I think there's like I basically looked at it as like it's a triple revenge movie. How this is like a triple cross movie. Like
it's a double switcheroo.
It's Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance was like someone getting revenge with something, and then that led to someone else getting revenge, and that led for someone else getting revenge. So it just kind of kept like one thing leading to another. So
for sure.
His shit's cool. And I mean, Old Boy, let's say same deal.
When Old Boy's the movie where if you haven't seen it and you watch it for the first time, that's like, damn, you know what I mean? That's one of those movies.
It's like
that's
you want to watch
damn.
it with someone that's never seen it.
Yeah, for sure. That's a movie that tries to hit you pretty hard, and it does. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, fuck. It's pretty.
Yeah, I'll never watch that movie again.
But one other thing I wanted to say was what was it? It's off topic, but it is not. It's kind of off topic, but it just relates. So Tarantino, I was reading the thing or watching a video with him today. What's so cool about the way like the nonlinear storytelling of Pulp Fiction and this in a way is some of the characters are the main character in part 1 that are like the side characters in part 2. But also, you're still invested in the story of just seeing it from a different view at that point, you know, which is really dope. And Tarantino said in this video, the point of Pulp Fiction, the reason why I wrote it, because he wanted to take a bunch of cliche stories that like the gangster taking out his boss's wife, he can't touch her, the boxer throwing the thing, but he wanted to take those stories and add something that you've never seen before with it. So it's she ODing, him getting kidnapped by people trying to rape them, you know what I mean? Like those are things that you take really cliche things and add originality to, and that's what it was, you know? And that's great. And I feel like this is almost like that. It's like, how can we tell a story about people trying to swindle somebody with money, but tell it in a creative, really cool way? All right, let's add a fucking erotic love story. Let's add fucking double, triple cross. Let's add all, you know what I mean? That's just, it's smart. It's just smart filmmaking.
I think good filmmaking. The craziest parts was that, I mean, I mentioned this a little earlier, just that relationship, the uncle and her, like the whole, like the shit they forced her to do with like learning all the porn and like doing all that weird shit, like just reading pornographic literature to older men. That's like
weird. It's a weird situation.
That was so bizarre, man.
That was probably my second
creepy.
favorite scene. That was probably my second favorite scene was the first time. I think you see that 2 times. And the first time I was like, what is that? I was like, are they sitting there in like an audience? And they were. And I was like, damn, he fucking makes her read this shit to these guys and they get off on it. I was like, as fucked up as that is, it's so original and it's pure entertainment. I was like, damn, this is good.
Yeah,
Good.
just like when like
Good.
the parts where like the aunt was like just telling her the words,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
like, and then like they're normal at first, you know, the hips, shoulder, hand,
Yeah.
nipple,
Yup.
vagina. It's like, whoa, what are they doing?
And wasn't that the scene where he grabbed their faces and shook them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the
That was
fuck?
crazy.
That guy was
like-
that guy
and
was
her,
so weird.
bro, her face too.
character
The
was
mother
nuts.
or the aunt,
yeah.
the aunt went right after that. She's going like this, and I was like, bro, her head's
Yeah.
gonna fucking explode or something. That was wild. That was a wild movie.
Yeah,
This
I
is
was like,
actually this
please
is
don't put
probably
your
my top
hands on my
3.
face.
This is probably in my top 3 that we've watched so far for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. it is
Finally
pretty
picked a good
man.
one for you.
No,
Pretty
you've
good.
picked good movies. The thing about this one is I've had this in my queue for a while, and it was honestly the fact that it was 2.5 hours that I've never watched it. So I was like,
know.
fuck it. This is the thing is reading all the subtitles for that long gets a little when you have to constantly be staring at that. It's just
For
kind of
sure.
it gets a little much.
And it's such a beautiful movie too. So
Oh, yeah, it's
you
great.
almost want to look other places.
Yeah, I wish
too.
it was dubbed.
So,
If it was dubbed,
yeah.
I
That's
would
why,
just
that's
enjoy it
why
just as much.
watching it the second time, it was like more relaxing. I could kind of watch
Yeah.
it. I was enjoying.
It's
the
crazy that
shots
you watch-
so much more. Like,
Yeah.
well, I watched it because I watched it once. Just and I don't know. I kind of just kind of struggled through it. Watched it, not struggled, but just worked my way through it. And then Jillian wanted to watch it, so I was like, let's watch it again.
Did
So I
she
watched
like it?
She loved it. Yeah, she thought it was great.
Okay.
She was riveted or the whole time.
That's dope. See, now that's cool because Jillian's a casual movie watcher and she really liked this movie, so that's dope.
She also reads really good.
That's true.
I have
That's
trouble.
true.
She does read good.
She read good.
She read real good. I didn't even know you could read, Schwartz.
Yeah, I dabble.
Speaking of Tarantino, the steps where they went up to get married, those looked very much like Pai Mei's steps from Kill Bill.
I thought that. And even
Think about
even one of the rooms that they were in at a fucking aerial view, I was like, man, that's so Kill Billy.
Yeah.
That's so Kill
Yeah,
Billy.
there's a couple times
Yeah.
I was like, oh, did Tarantino
No.
go here? 'Cause even those steps, I'm pretty sure were Pai Mei's steps.
Probably were. They probably were.
It was great. man.
Question for you. Well, at least Shorts, like since this is probably in your top 3, do you think is this your favorite Park Chan-wook film?
The thing that's about him, the ones I've seen 3 of them. I've seen Old Boy, I've seen The Handmaiden now, and I've seen Thirst. The biggest differences is that Old Boy is a crime movie. This is a crime movie. Thirst is a vampire movie.
I haven't
Thirst
seen
is
that
great,
yet.
and your favorite actor in the world is in it.
I know
He's
it's
the
not
main
available.
character.
It's not
Channing
available on
Tatum?
streamers yet. So
Channing Tatum's in Thirst. Thirst is cool. Thirst is a little more trippy because it's a vampire film.
Jack Black?
It's about a man. It's
Song
about
Kang Ho.
Kiefer Sutherland?
Our boy Song Kang Ho, bro.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah, he's
it's
great.
about a man becoming a vampire, but he was like forced into it. It's pretty
Okay.
crazy. It's like
I definitely want to check it out.
It's him trying to accept it, and it's fucked up. It's very erotic, and he hangs out. It's basically like an erotic Lost Boys in South Korea, but with older people. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But I don't know.
Park
This
Chan-wook
one,
is a horny motherfucker.
yeah, he does a lot of erotic shit, dude.
I read on IMDb
I don't know which
that
one's my favorite.
Those scenes, which were shot beautifully, were shot on remote heads. No one else.
Really?
The lesbian.
That makes sense. The way it was moving makes sense too, because it was like 360. It was up and down. That's smart. That's cool.
That is
And all the
dope.
men were given the day off that day.
That's
Makes sense.
respectable.
Yeah,
Good for-
they
good for them.
gotta do that.
What was most interesting, or the most interesting part of that was he said they shot it early on because it's something that they're going to be thinking about the whole production. And he was like, it's a stressful thing to have coming up, so let's just get it over with so that the rest of the production can be smoother.
Yeah.
Smart.
And then they're comfortable with everybody and everything.
Exactly. And that way, like when it's the lesser graphic scenes with him and her at the end when she's poisoning him and shit. I was thinking, by this point it's like whatever. I already did that shit. I could see that.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's a smart production move.
Yeah.
Have you seen
this
Anthony?
dude.
Sorry.
This
What's up?
dude he gets it. This dude gets it. He's a filmmaker.
Absolutely.
He's one of I mean, in modern day, I would say he's top one of the top guys you mentioned when you talk about movies. Like if you're making a list of 100 filmmakers, he's probably on it. You know what I mean?
He's definitely
Anthony,
top 99.
have you seen any other work? I think you said you saw Old Boy.
I've seen Old Boy. Yeah, I saw his Old Boy.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else by him that you
I don't
know?
think so.
Okay.
Nope.
Cool.
You guys should check out Thirst. It's good.
Yeah, I want to check. I want to find whatever that's available on a regular streaming site. I'm gonna definitely hop on that. It's just I can't find it right now.
Old Boy fucked up, but I don't know, man. It was at the end. I was like, that was one of the most fun. I was telling Jillian, I was like, this is like, the only other movie of him I've seen. If you were to ask me, like, what's the most fucked up movie you've ever seen? There's probably like 2 or 3 that come to mind immediately. And Old Boy's
one of them.
Absolutely one of them.
What are the other 2?
Not Cabin in the Woods. It's a remake of a Wes Craven. I forget.
Hills Have Eyes.
The remake of Hills Have Eyes was
that's a pretty rough movie. It's pretty rough. You know what's a rough movie? Beast of No Nation.
Beast of No Nation. Well, that's not. That is a fucked up movie. That's a movie I'll never watch again, too.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Movies that you don't need to watch again because of the way they affected you. You don't really need to see that again.
I would watch Old Boy 100 times before I watch Beast of No Nation again, because Beast of No Nation is like, oh, that shit really.
It's more just sad. It's more sad than like.
At least Old Boy is like fantasy fucked up.
Yeah.
It's a different level of disturbing. There's different
disturbing.
It's a different school of disturbing.
The thing about Old Boy is most people remember the twist ending, which we shouldn't, I guess, review on this. But the cool scene about Old Boy too is that hammer scene in the hallway and the way it's shot.
Like, the one pan.
It's the one. It's just the one move.
Oh yeah,
going down the fucking that was dope.
Cool. That was one of the coolest shots of probably most movies.
Yeah.
You know what else? One shot for shot remake.
It has that scene in it. It has that scene,
but it's not shot for shot. Right. It's a little different.
It's a little different. It's Spike Lee, so it's honestly a good movie. And if you've never seen the original, not saying you shouldn't watch the original, but you don't. It's just as effective, really. I mean, Josh Brolin's the main guy, so
yeah,
it's good. Spike Lee's a pretty great filmmaker.
To me, the twist was more obvious, but it was probably just because I knew.
Yeah, of course that was why.
It just seemed like, oh, of course that's her.
Yeah.
You know, while you're watching it without saying too much. Anyway, I was gonna go. This, in my opinion, this is his best film. I've seen this in the Vengeance trilogy, which is Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Old Boy, and Lady Vengeance. So, to me, this is my favorite one.
This one's the most like when someone's firing on all cylinders, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when they take their skill and really give it all. This is definitely his most complete one for sure. But it's because he's older. I mean, that's what it is. He's got more experience on set. He's got more things.
Fucking 2.5 hours long.
It's an incredibly well crafted movie. Though.
Yeah, it's great.
So goddamn good.
It's great. It's awesome. It's a great movie. I loved it. I'm glad we watched it. It was awesome.
Based on a book. You know what the book's name is?
What's it called?
Fingersmith.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
Fingersmith. From what I read, I don't know what the ending in the book is, but when what's his name?
The director?
The director. When Chan-wook Park he said when he was reading the book before he got to the ending, he was like, it's definitely got to have a happy ending. So I'm not sure if the ending is sad or happy in the book. I'd be interested to look that up and see if there was like a sad ending.
Wikipedia. Yeah. Wikipedia, actually, I'll tell you the ending right there.
It was like an erotic fairy tale in a way.
It was a crime fairy tale erotic thriller.
Right. Like I don't even see the crime as much. I mean, yes, there's crime,
that's how it started out. They were trying to pull off crime. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a crime movie. It's definitely a movie about swindlers. Right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You just lose that.
It's much more than that. It's definitely much more than that. But that's how it starts.
It's described on Wikipedia as a South Korean erotic psychological thriller film.
Yeah, it's in the same vein as what's the one with fucking Michael Douglas and Sharon Stone where she uncrosses her legs? Basic Instinct.
What is that?
No, that's Basic Instinct. It's in both of those categories. Fatal Attraction, Basic Instinct. Even all David Cronenberg movies, like History of Violence and shit like that.
Oh,
That's
for
an
sure.
erotic fucking thriller.
Yeah.
We should watch that if we haven't. If you
I
guys
mean,
haven't
I just always like the multi-genre approach as well. Like it's just,
Yeah.
there's history, there's drama, there's romance, there's suspense, there's psychological crazy shit. It was funny at times.
Yeah, there were a lot of funny parts.
It was great.
Yeah. You know what? I got a question. What happened in the scene when she told her that her tooth was bothering her? Did she whittle her tooth down something?
She used that thimble that we see on her finger,
And she
every now
like
and
just
then
was like,
when she,
okay.
yeah,
That probably felt awesome.
that was weird.
It seems like it would feel terrible. It's
What
like
a
getting your
weird-
fucking
What a
teeth
weird
sanded
thing.
at the dentist.
She's like,
But see,
my
those
tooth is sharp.
those things are what
Yeah.
makes it so good.
You're right.
That's the Tarantino thing. That's how do we introduce a bunch of thieves about to go on to a job? Let's have them talking at fucking breakfast about Madonna. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck does that? It's just perfect. It's just some people are just good at it. These guys are just good at it.
Another thing that was different in the book, I guess, was number one, the book is set in England, and all these people are English, I think.
Interesting. He must have really liked that book, man.
And the uncle was not like a sadistic, torturing guy. He was just a pervert.
See, that's where Chan Woo Park's he loves that erotic, fucked up shit. That's why I like his movies, man. Old Boy ending's even worse than this one. For all intents and purposes, it's one of the worst things you could possibly do in the history of the world.
Yeah, that's a fucked up
It's
movie.
pretty bad.
I mean, that's like I said, if you're like, hey Anthony, what's the most fucked up movies you've ever seen? That's definitely one of the top ones.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Let's rate them. Where are you rating them? Where are you rating it? Where are you putting it?
What do you got? You said so. You already got. You're in the top 3 somewhere.
Let me look for sure. I gotta open my sheets up.
Damn, dude, you gotta open your sheet up.
Yeah, look, I got my sheets app.
Oh, that's gross.
Where's your sheet at?
Yeah. It definitely goes high. It's a good movie. I'm going high, dude. I think I'm going high.
Yeah, I'm going number 3. I'm going 3. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going 2. I'm going under Deep Red. I'm going 2. I'm going under Deep Red. I'm going number 2.
So 2, and then give me some more. So you got Deep Red on top.
Deep Red, Handmaiden, Blood Simple, Back to the Future 2, Back to the Future, Border, The Host, Legend, Creep, Pushing Tin, Ready or Not, Creep 2, Back to the Future 3, Shoplifters, A Taxi Driver, and UHF. Those are my list.
All right.
You don't gotta yell at us, dude.
No, but what I like about this list is we've watched a lot of different types of movies. This is pretty good. This is the way we're doing this is good.
I like it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Where are you putting it, Anthony?
I do have a spot for it.
All right, where are you going?
I'm going number 4.
Under the Back to the Future trilogies. All right, I respect that.
I've still got the Back to the Futures as my top 3, and I'm going Handmaiden right above Host.
So you would turn on Handmaiden again over every other one of those movies. That's what your rating system is, right?
My rating,
that's what you're doing.
But you know what? I liked it. I already did. I watched it twice.
That's true. Okay, cool. Where are you putting it, Jake?
I think it's such a good movie that I'm putting it. I'd compare it with Gone Girl. Just the twists and turns of that.
Yeah,
really reminded me of Gone Girl. There was a couple of shots that I was like, that was very Gone Girl. But,
Gone Girl was made in 2014, so it could have had some influence. He could have watched it and read the book and been like, "Yo, I want to do this," you know?
Yeah. But yeah, so because of how good I think it is, I think I do. I like it. I might have to rethink it, but
it might be as far as filmmaking goes, the best movie on this list. As far as making a movie goes, it might be the best one.
I might agree with you.
Yeah.
Taxi Driver also though. Taxi Driver. I know you
Taxi
disagree.
Driver,
okay,
no,
top
it's a good movie.
Best quality.
It's a good movie.
Top 3 quality made cinema movies are probably Handmaiden. What did you just say?
A
Taxi Driver and Pushing Tin. It's obvious. So where did you place Handmaiden?
Anyway, Handmaiden for me, it's high. I mean, out of I think 18 or something now. It's number 6.
6.
Number 6. It doesn't sound that high, but that's still pretty high for me.
So you're putting.
It split my Creeps.
Yeah, it did.
Wow.
Creep. It's between Creep and Creep 2 for me.
You think Creep is a better movie than this?
I think I enjoy it more.
Yeah, it's
Really?
not necessarily
Damn, all right.
what's a better movie. It's
You're right. I know.
This is definitely a better movie. I think this is probably the best crafted film
Yes, it is
on our
the
list.
It
I
is,
think
100%.
that is something. And I also think, going back to yesterday, I might switch my Blood Simple spot.
okay.
Can you switch? Can we switch? Is that a thing?
Yeah, who cares?
Why not? Right? Who cares?
not?
It's not like we're
Why
not.
not?
You know,
We
yeah,
just
whatever.
made this list up
Where are you
anyway.
putting Blood Simple? You're putting Blood Simple. Are you hiring it or lowering it?
I'm hiring it.
Okay.
You said something that I thought
Yeah,
about.
UHF, right? You like Blood Simple less than UHF? Come on.
Yeah, I
As a
had to
person-
think about that.
As a
It's
person who
just
likes
because
movies as much
it's
as you do.
definitely a better made movie
Yes, 100%.
than UHS in CB4.
100%.
So I'm putting it between Back to the Future Part 3 and CB4.
There you go.
I still think Back to the Future 3, I like that movie more than Blood Simple. I'll stick
That's
to that.
fine. That's
But
fine.
it's hopping up like 3 spots. It's hopping over Borders, UHF, and CB4. It's Blood Simple that's going up.
It's
Word.
going up,
'Cause
dude. Blood
it
Simple.
just- I had to think about
I
it.
might lower
It's-
Handmaiden later.
It's a,
so.
it's a better movie. Yeah, fair enough.
No,
Right
we should
now-
we should
right
do
now, I
it.
think
We
it's
should do
good.
it on the show. We should do it on the show though.
Yeah.
Sure, sure.
about it,
I'll
yeah.
think about
Because
it. I'll think about it
I
overnight.
did switch my CB4 and UHF. I don't know, whenever
I gotta
we did
sleep
those.
on Handmaiden, dude. I gotta sleep
Yeah.
on this one to figure
I
out.
know that's
My-
kind of it too. Like I had to think about it, and honestly, I think discussing Blood Simple because I ranked it before we had the conversation.
Sure.
So I think discussing it made me realize it was better than like it was. It was a slow watch, but like what happened, how it was made, was a really great movie. So,
The fact that it's the Coens and it's their first shot at it and it's
Yeah.
that good is just respectful. You gotta appreciate that.
Damn, dude. So I have Handmaiden, the host, Legend, Ready or Not, and all the Back to the Futures above Blood Simple. I think that's pretty good, actually.
yeah.
Ready or Not, I do not agree with in any way. Like that one, I can't.
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't get
yeah.
behind that. I cannot get behind that. But the
You think
rest of them, I
should
can.
bump- you think I should
Even-
bump it
even-
over Ready or
actually,
Not?
If I was you, I'd put it above Legend too.
Well, it's not.
I
your
would
list.
definitely
You-
put it above
See here,
Legend.
it's
I
the
know.
whole thing is you have a list and I have a list.
I know. I'm just saying. We were talking, and I'm just giving you my
Don't
fucking
tell me how to
411,
fucking
baby.
Put my list, dude.
I'm
I
not
don't need
telling you
that
anything.
Hey,
I'm just,
I don't need your information.
Yo, you need to call 411 because you lost.
That's
All right. Anyway, that's
What?
cool. This is a good list. My list, actually, now that I'm looking at it, I probably would watch them in this order. Honestly, if I actually, I can't say that, and this might be
Deep
so I might have
Red.
to change it. Yeah, Deep Red's my favorite for sure. That's just pure fun. That's pure. That's like watching Kill Bill. It's pure goddamn entertainment, and it's just every scene is awesome. That's what I think about.
I'd have
Deep
a
Red.
hard time watching that again.
Not me. Oh, we're definitely watching opera at some point on this.
That's fair.
opera. Oh.
I think the only movies I wouldn't want to watch again are basically my bottom two, which are Legend and Pushing 10.
Pushing
Really, I
10's
can't believe
still on the
Legend is in
bottom.
your bottom. I can't believe Legend's on the
I just,
bottom.
didn't care for it.
I like Legend. I
Whatever,
like
don't
Legend a
matter.
lot. I definitely like Legend,
Legend was good.
more than. Yeah, I think my. I might
liked
lower
Tom Hardy
Handmaiden.
in
Other than
Legend.
that, I think on my list. I might lower Handmaiden. Other than that, I think my list is pretty solid.
All right.
Okay, cool.
All I'm saying, I liked Tom Hardy in Legend. I didn't like Legend.
Hey,
Cool.
my tooth is a little sharp. Would you mind coming over and rubbing it down for me?
Only if you got lollipops and cold bath water going.
And dude, you want a scissor or what?
Scissor me timbers.
Cool. Well, that's a good way to end this one.
Yep.
The
Erotic.
Handmaiden, an erotic Korean psychological thriller, not necessarily in that order. Watch it on Amazon Prime or don't.
Either way it's fine.
Do it.